Animal, so it's a lot easier to get off. I just shot my hand.
Should do, and that's what we signed up for. But listen, you know better than anybody.
Moses Itauma sets the boxing world on fire after calling out Tyson Fury. The boxing world is ablaze, and the name on everyone's lips is Moses Itauma. The 20-year-old prodigy has shaken the heavyweight division to its core after fearlessly calling out Tyson Fury live on camera.
I like it because, you know, me and Tyson, we've done some good rounds. Remember on a Thursday, we done some heavy rounds. My body was in bits. Anyways.
Camera. Atama didn't just talk. He commanded the moment with the poise of a veteran and the conviction of a man born for greatness. There was no hesitation, no false bravado, just raw, unwavering intent. This wasn't an empty...
Like with Usyk, I feel like I've got a better skill set than him. But I feel like towards the later rounds, he'll just outdo me because I've never been in that sort of fight. So this year's just about getting me...
Soundbite designed for headlines. Moses Itauma has been in the ring with Fury. He's sparred with him, felt his power, measured his timing. And now he says he's ready to shock the world by defeating the self-proclaimed Gypsy King himself.
A good name. In terms of it being at the right time, I don't think the timing is too much of a factor. I don't think Moses needs to catch anybody at a certain point in their career or anything like that.
Why's that?
Because I think he's good enough. I think he's plenty good enough. I think he's a generational talent.
The authority in his words stopped the boxing world in its tracks. Atama isn't chasing fame. He's chasing legacy. When he spoke the names Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk, the crowd held its breath. These are names that most fighters utter only in fantasy. Yet Atama said them with the composure of a man who intends to stand among them. This isn't arrogance. It's purpose.
Two-time world champion. And as he has just said, 100 million wouldn't even get me out of bed. So that tells you his desire for victory, to win and be champion again, that's gone. And once it's gone, it's not coming back. It doesn't come. You can't reignite that fire once it's gone. All the fire's been burnt out now.
At just 20 years old, he's doing what most only dream of, calling out legends and meaning every word. Guiding him on this remarkable journey is world-renowned trainer Ben Davison, a man who shaped champions and understands the anatomy of greatness.
Now I'm going to start calling him names, so he'll fight me. I think the great news for fight.
But when Davison speaks about Atama, his tone shifts, his conviction deepens. Moses isn't just another young talent, he said. He's something special. Davison believes Atama possesses all the traits required to rule the heavyweight division.
Because this guy's got everything I want. He's young, he's got everything going his way. Don't want that. You know, and personally, I would look ahead if I were the guys ahead of Moses instead of looking back at him. I don't need any of that, regardless if I think he'll beat him or not. Because the risk...
Discipline, devastating power, and a boxing IQ far beyond his years. Former world champion Duke McKenzie added his own spark to the conversation, drawing attention to what he sees as Tyson Fury's fading hunger. McKenzie didn't mince words. When a fighter starts...
Fight, it's the sort of fight that really Atama should be taking at this stage in his career. You know, he's had a dozen fights, right? And you can't risk him too much.
Saying the money doesn't move him anymore, he said, the hunger's gone. In stark contrast, McKenzie described Atama's ambition as a fire that burns with terrifying intensity, a flame that threatens to consume anyone who steps in.
But I don't think he's ready for it, and I think just go and have a bit of a touch. There's enough names in Britain that you could fight against. It's a stacked division in Britain and around the world. There's enough heavyweights
in his path. Promoter Eddie Hearn couldn't suppress a grin when asked about the young fighter's bold challenge. It's a good fight, Hearn admitted. He's had just over a dozen fights. And at this stage, you have to manage the risks. But a 20-year-old calling out Tyson Fury live on camera? That's not confidence. That's courage.
Well, that I worry about with Moses is the size. But ultimately, as we've seen now, size becomes irrelevant because look what Alexander Usyk's done. This guy's gone out and beaten everyone, including me. He's exceptional. So I don't think Moses is going to be as technically as good as Alexander Usyk, but he's the next in line. I think he's the future of the heavyweight division. I think he's an outstanding talent.
Fury counts his millions in toys with retirement talk. Moses Itauma is chasing destiny. The new generation of heavyweights isn't asking for permission. It's coming to take what the old guard once held. Johnny Nelson echoed that sentiment, calling Atama dangerous business. Nelson explained that Moses' combination of youth, sharpness, and fearlessness makes him every veteran's nightmare. Facing him isn't a payday, Nelson warned, it's a problem. And Tyson Fury knows it. Mackenzie expanded on Atama's calculated rise, emphasizing that true greatness is built, not bought. Every round, every fight adds another layer to his arsenal. He said,
Well, look, it's a good fight to make. Dillian White's got the experience. He's also, he can punch, he's strong, he's a big unit. But can he negate the speed, the power and the ferocity of this young heavyweight coming? And he gives angles, he's a good boxer as well. So that's the thing. You've got experience against somebody who's up and coming that hasn't been tested yet because he's so sharp, so deadly.
While Fury drifts between excuses, Moses is building his legacy brick by brick. And the fans can see it happening in real time. Even the usually measured Paul Smith couldn't hide his admiration. He admitted that Atama's hunger is undeniable, even if his rise is still in its early chapters. History favors the fearless, Smith said. And Moses isn't here to play safe. He's here to shake up a division that's grown too comfortable. Tony Bellew, never one to mince words, drew bold comparisons between Atama's rise and Alexander Usyk's revolutionary path. Size means nothing when talent speaks louder, Bellew declared. Just like Usyk rewrote the rules, Moses is breaking the mold.
No one seems to be wanting to say it. Well, I will. I don't care.
No, fair point. Shoot from the hip, as you always do. It's a shame we didn't get to see the last 4 rounds, really, because, well, if we would have.
He highlighted how Atama's speed, composure, and mental maturity at just 20 make him the most exciting heavyweight prospect since Anthony Joshua first burst onto the scene. Bellew's words weren't mere praise. They sounded like prophecy. The future isn't coming, he said. It's already here. Then came a perspective that carried true gravitas. Peter Fury, veteran trainer and strategist, the man who's built and rebuilt world champions. When Peter Fury talks, the boxing world listens. His analysis of Atama was calm, but striking. He's not just a heavy-handed prospect.
This is one of the best young fighters boxing has seen in years. And I'm not just saying that based on a result over Dillian. I hope you understand that when I look at a fighter, I'm looking at things that others don't see. I'm not looking at the hype. I'm looking at what he does in the ring, how he does it, his skill set. You know, I'm looking at that because that's the important stuff. And right now, to me, he's shown probably a better skill set.
Peter said, he's calculated, composed, and precise. He breaks opponents down intelligently. For a man of Fury's stature to show that level of respect speaks volumes. His words hinted at a deeper shift, a generational tremor shaking the heavyweight hierarchy. The old era can feel the ground moving beneath it, and the reason is Moses Itauma. Bellew returned to break down the technical side of Atama's style, emphasizing that he doesn't crumble under pressure, he thrives in it. He studies opponents, sets traps, and strikes with intent, Bellew said. Against reckless fighters, he becomes surgical. Every jab, every feint, it's all a setup toward total control. His verdict was chillingly clear. Moses isn't just powerful, he's patient. And that's not potential. That's destiny forming in real time.
Don't rush him. You want to take it easy. You want to take it slow. Don't rush him. Let him enjoy. He's still 20 years old. Let him get to 22, 23 years old. And that's then you start putting him in with the top names in boxing, like the Usyks and like the Wilders or even the Joshuas and the Furies. At the moment, I think you should keep on building him. Let him keep on winning.
Respected boxing analyst Russ Anber, known for his razor-sharp eye, joined the growing chorus of praise. Moses Itauma is one of the best young fighters I've seen in years, he said firmly. He's not hype, he's the real thing. Anber explained that what separates Itauma from other prospects is not just his strength, but his composure and confidence. At 20 years old, to be this technically sound, it's staggering, he added. This is how history begins. Atama isn't waiting for opportunities to come to him, he's creating them. That's what caught the attention of former world champion Amir Khan, who knows firsthand the pressures of being young and brilliant in the spotlight. "I see in Moses what I once had," Khan said, "but greatness must be built carefully." "Don't rush it," Khan's words carried both admiration and warning. He reminded fans that while boxing craves instant fireworks, true
at 20, you know, you got to get it right. And Frank, like I said, Frank knows what he's doing. And I think I'd be very surprised if they took that kind of test. Yeah.
Champions are forged through patience and experience. "Let him sharpen his claws," Khan advised. "When his time comes, he'll devour them all." His message was clear. Fury, Usyk, Wilder, they're not going anywhere. What matters now is that Moses continues to evolve the right way. Eddie Hearn echoed that sentiment, though his tone hinted at anticipation. As a promoter who's seen many rise and fall, he recognized the thin line between potential and pressure, but even he couldn't hide his excitement. "Moses Itauma," Hearn said with a grin, "might just be the spark that reignites the heavyweight division." The rise of Moses Itauma, the young lion who dared to challenge the throne. Excitement ripples through the boxing world, and Eddie Hearn can feel it. "There's something different about Moses," he said, his voice tinged with conviction.
"Boxing is a young man's game, like I told Vladimir Klitschko when he was 37. Boxing's a young man's game, it waits for nobody. So here's the opinion, heard it here first. Moses Itauma will wreck all them old men out of the division. Usyk, AJ, Miller, whoever there is who's old, Zhang, whoever else there is, Luis Ortiz, all these big names of the past are all a spent force. And even the world champion now, they took my belts and give them to Usyk. Moses will wreck him because he's a young man versus an old man."
The composure, the confidence. It's not normal at 20. Hearn has seen countless prospects buckle under the pressure of hype, but he believes Moses Itauma is built differently. The young heavyweight's mentality, Hearn says, is what separates him from the rest. When his moment comes, it won't just be another fight, Hearn predicted. It'll be a statement, the arrival of the next era. Meanwhile, Tyson Fury himself may have unknowingly confirmed the changing of the guard. In a rare moment of reflection, half in jest, half in honesty, Fury admitted, "Boxing is a young man's game." Those words carried more weight than any boast. They were an unspoken acknowledgement that the torch is already being passed. Moses Itauma represents that new wave. Speed, power, hunger, and no fear of legacy. Fury once laughed at the idea of youth threatening his reign. But deep down, he knows the shift has begun. The fire that once defined him now burns in someone else.
I can't, just off the top of my head, those are guys that I'm mentioning. He's hit with one shot and knocked him out. So you can see he carries that one punch knockout power. And as we know, that's what it takes.
The difference is stark. Fury reminisces about greatness, while Moses is busy creating it. The heavyweight throne that once seemed unshakable now trembles. Every jab, every sparring session, every word Moses speaks builds towards something monumental, the rise of a new king. Duke McKenzie once said, "Boxing waits for no one." And Moses Itauma is proving him right. Even two-time world champion Anthony Joshua has recognized it. A veteran who's battled legends like Klitschko, Usyk, and Ruiz, Joshua knows greatness when he sees it. "He's got that one-punch danger," Joshua said, "and that's what defines the greats." Coming from AJ, those words are no small compliment. They're validation. Joshua's respect wasn't flattery. It was a warning. "He's young," Joshua added, "but he's got control." That's what separates him. The combination of youthful energy and calculated precision is what makes Atama so dangerous. When a fighter of Joshua's stature acknowledges that, the rest of the division should take note. The next era isn't on the horizon, it's already stepping into the ring. Analysts have started echoing the same sentiment. When commentators compare a 20-year-old to Lennox Lewis, Tyson Fury, and Anthony Joshua, it's not hyperbole. It's recognition. Moses Itauma isn't following anyone's path. He's carving his own. His footwork and explosiveness defy the traditional image of a heavyweight. He moves like a middleweight, fluid, balanced, lightning fast, yet he hits with